Hi guys, this is Sajek from Droidwin.com, and in this video, we'll show you how to fix the Fastboot error, fail to boot into Userspace Fastboot, one or more components might be unbootable. So when this happens, then your phone will not be able to access the FastbootD mode and you will not be able to flash any file in the FastbootD mode as well. So in this video, we'll show you how to fix this issue so that you could then easily access the FastbootD mode and flash the required files. Do keep in mind that the process might wipe off all the data from your phone depending on the fix that you are opting for. So if possible, please take a backup of all the data. In my case, my phone is currently stuck in the Fastboot mode and I cannot access the OS, so I cannot take a backup. But if in your case you could take a backup, then please do so right away and then come back at this point. So with that said, let's get started with the various fixes. First off, the first fix is to make sure that you have installed the Fastboot drivers. For that, you just have to use in Fastboot devices command and hit enter and make sure that you are getting a serial ID. If you are not getting any ID, then you have to perform one more check. So use the Windows X shortcut keys and choose the device manager. You could also right click on the Windows icon and then choose device manager. Now expand the Android phone section and make sure that your phone is being shown as Android bootloader interface. So this, as well as the serial ID, signifies that your PC is able to read the phone in Fastboot mode and you are now good to go ahead. On the other hand, if you are not getting either of these two, then this signifies that the Fastboot drivers have not been installed onto your PC. So you will have to install Fastboot drivers. For that, you could refer to my guide to install these drivers onto your PC. Once you have installed the drivers, make sure that your phone is being shown as under the Android phone section or the Android device section and not under the other device section. Likewise, it should not have the yellow exclamation mark as well. So once your phone is being shown as like this, then you should once again try out the command to boot your phone to the FastbootD mode and then check if it's working or not. So in my case, as you could see, my phone is being shown as Android bootloader interface. So with this, we have already installed the Fastboot drivers. So let me now verify the process. So for booting into FastbootD mode from the Fastboot mode, you have to use the Fastboot reboot command, Fastboot reboot Fastboot command. So type in it and hit enter and let's now check out the result. So in my case, my phone again boots to the Fastboot mode and I'm again getting the same error. So this did not work for me. If it works for you, well and good, or else let's move ahead with the next fix. So in the next fix, you will now have to change the slot. So if you are currently on slot A, then you will have to change to slot B and vice versa. So there are quite a few ways of doing so. So first of all, if you want, you may check your current active slot, although that is not required. But if you want to check the current active slot, then all you have to do is simply use this command. So use fastboot get var all. This is just an extra piece of information I am sharing with you all. So just a minute. Let me delete this. So simply copy the fastboot get var all command and paste it in the CMD window and hit enter. And from here you will have to check your current slot. As you could see, my current slot is B. So I'll have to change it to slot A. If it's A in your case, then you will have to change to slot B. For that, you could simply use this command. Let me show you. You could simply use the command. If is slot B in your case, then you could use the fastboot set active A. Or if it's slot A in your case, then you could use the fastboot set active B. Or the best way of doing so is simply use this command, fastboot set active other. It will automatically switch to the other slot. If it's A in your case, then it will change to slot B. If it's B in your case, then it will change to slot A. In my case, as you could see, it's currently slot B. So it will now change to slot A. So let me type in this command, and as you could see, it's now set the current slot to slot A. So let's verify the same, whether that has happened or not. So as you could see, my current slot is slot A. So once you have changed the slot, you should once again try booting your phone to the FastbootD mode. So use the fastboot reboot fastboot command and check out the result. It will take only a few seconds. So again, my phone is booting to the fastboot mode and I am getting the same FastbootD error message. So this tweak also did not work in my case. So if that is the case with you as well, then your third course of action should be to flash the Fastboot ROM onto your phone. For flashing the Fastboot ROM, the bootloader should be unlocked. Well, that will be the case already in your phone. If that's not the case, then your phone should at least have the OEM unlock toggle on. If that is not the case, then you will have to move to the fourth fix, which I will show in this video. As of now, if the bootloader is currently unlocked, then you could use the third fix of flashing the Fastboot ROM. Now, regarding the Fastboot ROM, it depends on the phone that you are using. In most cases, if you are on a Pixel phone, then you could simply download the factory image and extract all the IMG file and transfer them to the platform to folder on your PC. On the other hand, if you are using a OnePlus phone, then for most of the OnePlus phone, you already have the IMG files uploaded on XDA and all such forums, or you could download the original firmware and extract the payload.bin file, and then you will get all these IMG file. Once you have got the IMG file, you could then refer to my guide for the flashing commands. I have made the flashing command for all the OnePlus phones. As of now, I'll show you for the OnePlus 8T. So for instance, these are the flashing command. So you could refer to my guide I have for OnePlus 7, 8 and 9, as well as for the OnePlus 11 series. So your next course of action is to simply flash the Fastboot ROM and then check if it works or not. So let me flash the Fastboot ROM. In my case, I'm using a OnePlus 8T. The flashing has started. It will first wipe off all the data from my phone, and then it will flash a few files in the Fastboot mode, and after that it will boot to the FastbootD mode and the flash the rest of the file. So as of now, it's flashing the file in the Fastboot mode, and in the Fastboot mode there will be no such issue, but now it's rebooting to the FastbootD mode to flash the rest of the file. And as you could see, again I'm getting the same Fastboot error message, FastbootD message, and my phone is booted to the Fastboot mode. So this signifies that this fix has also failed in my case. So if that is the case with you as well, so in that case you have left with no choice but to opt for the fourth fix, which involves using the Unbrick tool. So this tool also varies depending on the phone that you are using. Currently, if you have a Qualcomm Snapdragon chipset, then you could use a tool for Nothing phone as well as for the OnePlus phone. In case of OnePlus phone, we have the MSM download tool for all the OnePlus phones. Likewise, we also have the Unbrick tool for the Nothing phone 1 and phone 2 as well. So you could refer to my guide to get hold of the MSM tool or the Nothing Unbrick tool. Now the Unbrick tool is our only savior. We have to flash the firmware using that tool, and after flashing is complete, you will then be able to easily access the FastbootD mode. So let's now start the flashing process using the MSM tool, and then I'll show you the result as well. So guys, let's get started with the flashing process. First and foremost, you will have to download the MSM tool for your phone. So you may get it from my guide, and once you have got that, your next course of action is to disable the driver signature enforcement. This is required for all the phones which are dealing with the EDL mode. It's not just for the OnePlus phone, but for all the phones that comes with a Qualcomm chipset. So the drivers are required for all such phones. So before you install these drivers, you will have to disable the driver signature enforcement. If you don't do so, then Windows will not allow you to install these drivers. So let's do that as well. For that, all you have to do is simply press and hold the shift key, and while doing so, click on the restart button. Your PC will then boot to the Windows recovery environment. From there, select troubleshoot, then choose advanced option, and then click on the startup settings, and you should now be taken to this page. From here, just press the 7 or F7 key, and this will disable the driver signature enforcement. Once that is done, you are now good to go ahead and install the EDL drivers on your phone. This is also known as Qualcomm HS USB QD Loader 9008 drivers. So refer to my guide and install these drivers. First off, I will recommend you to install this driver automatically. So for that, simply get hold of the exe file from here. Once you have got the exe file, it's just simply launch it, and in the first screen, it will ask you for the network type. So select WWAN DHCP and click on next. After that, again click on next, then click on install, and the driver will now be installed. Once that is done, you could then proceed ahead with the next step. We will again verify whether the EDL drivers have been installed or not. If they have been not installed, then we will have to install them manually. I'll show you how to check that as well. So for performing that check, you will first have to boot your phone to EDL mode. So for that, open the device manager on your screen as well and expand the port section. So we will have to keep a note over here, and then we'll verify the process. So first and foremost, you will have to unplug your phone from the PC. So do so, and now Now use the volume keys to bring up the power off option and press the power key to confirm. And with this, your phone has been turned off. Now press and hold the press and hold the volume up and volume down keys. And while holding both this key, connect your phone to the PC via USB cable. And your port section should now show the phone in EDL mode. As you could see, under the port section, our phone is now being shown as Qualcomm HS USB QT Loader 9008. So if you are getting this, then it signifies that your phone is booted in the EDL mode and you are now good to go ahead. On the other hand, if you are getting the same but you are also getting a yellow warning sign, then that signifies that the driver's signature has not been turned off. So you will have to turn it off once again. So refer to my guide and make sure to get this job done. On the other hand, if you are getting the QHS USB bulk, so let me show you that as well. In some cases you might get this. Just a minute. So in some cases you might get a QHS USB bulk error message as well. If that happens, then this signifies that the EDL drivers have not been installed. So in that case, you will now have to manually install the EDL drivers on your phone, on your PC rather. So earlier we did the automatic method. Now you will have to manually install the drivers. So for manual installation, let me show you that as well. So first and foremost, you will have to boot your phone to EDL mode. As of now, since the drivers are not installed on your PC, it will be shown as QHS USB bulk as shown here. So right click on it and select update drivers, then select browse my computer and then choose the entire Qualcomm driver folder which you have got from this manual screen I have shown you in the manual download section. Simply get it from here, extract them onto your PC and then choose the entire folders. Then the drivers will be installed manually, and once installed is done, your phone should then be shown as Qualcomm HS USB QD Loader. So either it should be shown as this, then it's well and good. If you are getting a yellow warning sign as well, then you will have to turn off the driver signature enforcement. On the other hand, if you are getting QHS USB bulk, then you will again have to install the EDL drivers on your PC. So get this job done, and once you have done so, just make sure that you are getting this Qualcomm HS USB QD Loader. Once you are getting this, you are now good to go ahead. So our last course of action is to simply flash the OPS firmware using the MSM tool. So this step might vary depending on the phone that you are using. If you are using a nothing phone, then the process will be slightly different and you will have to use a different tool that's completely along the obvious line. So in our case, I'm using a OnePlus phone, so it's the MSM tool. So in case of MSM tool, you have to launch the MSM tool version 4 exe file. It will take a few seconds, and in the first screen that appears, you will have to click on yes. It will simply be a pop-up. Then click on next in the login screen that appears. So let's just wait for a few seconds and the login screen shall now appear. So the Unbrick firmware, as you could see, is the OPS firmware. It comes inbuilt with the tool itself, so you don't have to do anything as such. So just wait for a minute. In the login screen, click on next, and after that your phone should automatically be shown here. So once that is the case, simply click on the start button and the flashing will now start. If you are getting the automatic detection of DDR failed, then you will have to manually choose the DDR. That's not an issue. This issue only happens with the OnePlus 8T. So in that case, make sure you know the DDR for your phone as well. Just a minute, I have made a separate guide on the same, and using this guide you could check whether your phone has the DDR4 or the DDR5. This is only required for the OnePlus 8T, which is currently I'm using. Unfortunately, you could only use all these three methods if your phone is currently running the OS, if it could access the OS. If it cannot access the OS, then you are out of luck. In that case, if you want to take a risk, then I would say you could take a risk by choosing for the DDR4, because most of the OnePlus 8T phones comes with the DDR4. But if you are able to access the OS, then please check it beforehand and only then move ahead with the flashing. So in my case, I already made a check. It's DDR4 for me. So I'll now flash using the DDR4. So close the MSM tool and then relaunch it. And first and foremost, we will inform the MSM tool that it's the DDR4, and then we will flash ahead. If it's DDR5 in your case, then choose accordingly. But if you cannot verify whether it's DDR4 or DDR5, then you may take a risk and go for the DDR4 because it's the most common for OnePlus 8T. So guys, as you could see, the flashing has now started and it will take up to around 5 to 10 minutes for the flashing to complete. And once that is done, we could then access the OS as well as the FastbootD mode. I'll show you that as well. So let's just wait for the flashing to complete. Moreover, the process of choosing the DDR mode is only required for the OnePlus 8T. If you are using any other OnePlus phone, then you will not get that pop-up. You could simply connect your phone and hit the start button and the flashing will start. It's only for the OnePlus 8T that we have to choose the manual DDR. For all the other phones, you could simply skip that. And let's now wait for the flashing to complete. It could take up to around 300 to 400 seconds. And the Super IMG file is the one which takes the maximum amount of time. So let's just wait for the flashing to go on and complete, and then we will be back. So guys, as you could see, the flashing is now complete. It took around 380 seconds in my case, but the time frame might vary. And currently your phone will reboot to the FastbootD mode. So as you could see, it's already in the FastbootD mode. So we don't have to do anything. This already proves that the process stands complete. But still, I'll show you once again. I'll first boot my phone to Fastboot mode, and from there I'll boot to FastbootD mode and show you the process. But before that, let me choose the language and proceed ahead with the advanced menu. And let's now reboot to the Fastboot mode and select the Fastboot mode. So our phone will now boot into Fastboot mode. And regarding one more thing, if you are using the OnePlus tool to flash the firmware, then it will automatically relog the bootloader. So as you could see, it's currently logged. So if you are looking to flash something in the FastbootD mode, then you will first and foremost have to boot your phone to the OS, then enable USB debugging and OEM unlocking, and then again boot your phone to Fastboot mode, and then you will have to use the Fastboot flashing unlock command. And after that, you will have to use the volume keys to select unlock the bootloader and hit the power key to confirm, and only then you could proceed with the flashing. Anyways, our now main course of action is to show you how to boot to the FastbootD mode. Let's verify the same if the issue has been fixed or not. So let me open a CMD window inside Platform Tools and check out the results. So let's type in Fastboot, reboot, Fastboot, and hit enter. And let's see if this time it happens or not. So it could take only a few seconds, and then our phone should now boot into the FastbootD mode. So as you could see, we are now in the FastbootD mode, as you could see from here, and now you could carry out the rest of the flashing. But before that, as I have told you, if you have used the MSM tool, then the bootloader will be logged. So you will now have to boot your phone to OS and enable OEM unlocking. And after that, come back to the FastbootD mode, to the Fastboot mode, and use the Fastboot flashing unlock command to unlock the bootloader. Once that is done, you may then move ahead with the flashing process and flash the file in the FastbootD mode. So guys, these were the 4 different methods to fix the issue. Just to repeat once again, in the first case, you should simply try installing the Fastboot drivers and see if it works out or not. Next up, you could also try changing the slot. So change your current active slot to the other slot and then check if you're able to boot to the FastbootD mode. The third option is flashing the firmware, which requires an unlock bootloader. So flash the Fastboot ROM on your phone and then verify the result. And the fourth and the last method is using the Unbrick tool or the EDL tool to get this job done. In case of Qualcomm, you could use the MSM tool for OnePlus, and the Nothing phone also have their own Unbrick tool. So use their tool to flash the Unbrick firmware, and then you will be able to use the FastbootD mode without any issues. Just verify that the bootloader is unlocked. If that is not the case, then unlock the bootloader and only then flash the required files in the FastbootD mode. So guys, on that note, we round up this video. If you have any queries, do let us know in the comment section, and thanks a lot for watching.